Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about Council of Ministers, and there are a few important words you have to learn. Let us start with the question, what is enrichment? As usual, you improve your comprehension skill related to polity and definitely an important article, GK point of view. Vocabulary enrichment, grammar consolidation, effective English, you're going to learn a few idioms, mini mocks, and vocabulary consolidation. The words you got yesterday. Let us start with the question, what is this about? The editor discusses the composition and distribution, two key words, composition and distribution of portfolios in the new Union Council of Ministers under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has won a third term. It's all about, good morning. As I said, it's all about the Union Council of Ministers. What is the tone? The tone of the editorial is analytical and measured. Measured here means assessing the pros and cons, evaluating. Editorial vocabulary, the very first word, emphatic, part of speech adjective. But before you go to the meaning, the moment you see the word emphatic, you have to recollect emphatic pronouns and also reflexive pronouns. People make a mistake. They tend to say, let's say, myself, Murthy. Wrong. There are two patterns you have to use. I am, my name is. My name is. Why is it wrong? Very good. You should never start the sentence with a reflexive or an emphatic pronoun. Myself completed the work. Wrong. I myself completed the work. You give your hand and say, myself Ramesh, myself Murthy, myself Suresh. Wrong. I am and your name, and my name is and your name. That you have to recollect. Thank you very much. What is the meaning? Expressing something forcibly and clearly. Example, she gave an emphatic refusal, means very clear refusal to the proposal. Forceful, vehement. Vehement goes more with opposition. The union members opposed vehemently, means very strongly. Assertive, an important word. Next word goes with that. Vigorous also means something like very active. Antonyms, hesitant, uncertain, ambiguous, weak. Now, all these words should be at your fingertips, familiar words. Next one is assertion. Assertion, noun form. What is the adjective form? Assertive. I always tell youngsters at the workplace you should be assertive. What does it mean? Imagine you are very particular about rules and regulations. You want to follow the rules and regulations. You want to be above board. And your boss tells you to break the rules. But you have to be assertive, means you have to say with a firm, you have to refuse with a firm no. Then we say you have been assertive. Youngsters at the workplace should be assertive, very important. A confident and forceful statement of a fact or belief. More than a fact, it is more about belief. Whatever you believe in, state confidently, clearly, in an emphatic manner. That means you are trying to be assertive. His assertion that he was innocent surprised everyone. That means no one believed his statement. Synonyms, declaration, statement, claim, proclamation. We have got many a time. A formal word, publicly declare something. You have to remember that word. Antonyms, denial. Deny is a verb. Denial, noun form. Refute goes more with. You have to know the word combinations, very important from the exam point of view. Charges, accusations, allegations, all these words. He refuted the charges, means he denied the charges, he did not accept. Question, doubt, simple words. Bickering, bicker, verb, bickering can be a noun, can be a verb, can be an adjective. What does it mean? Argue about petty, trivial. Petty cash, there's one important expression you have to know. In many offices, they keep petty cash, small amount for regular expenses, and petty issue, another combination, means what? Silly, not important. For that, we also use the word trivial. The siblings were constantly bickering over small things. That's what happens with siblings. And there is one particular concept, phenomenon, they have given in many exams as a passage. What is that? Sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry. Brothers and sisters fighting all the time. We call it sibling rivalry. It's quite natural. Quarreling, squabbling is an important word you have to remember. Spat also an important word. Spat means what? Bitter argument. Antonyms, agreeing, harmonizing, cooperating, concurring, an important word you have to remember. Concur, to agree. The next word, turmoil. Many a time we have got this, and the typical combination I give students, political turmoil. Does it sound familiar? Please respond. Turmoil means what? Disturbance, a chaotic situation, a state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. The country was in turmoil after the sudden resignation of the president. Yes, thanks for responding, Shaker. The president resigned. After that, there was a chaotic situation. Then we say it was a political turmoil. Chaos, an important word. Disorder, upheaval. Tumult is an important word, but upheaval goes with a different context. It goes with revolt. It goes with revolution. It also goes with a natural disaster, a catastrophe. On a large scale, something happens on a large scale, we use upheaval. It has to happen on a large scale. The magnitude is very important. Ah, very good. Who is this? Kick world. Thanks for responding. What are the opposite words? Calm, order, peace, tranquility. The moment you see the word tranquility, you have to recollect the word serene and also placid. A serene place, a quiet place, placid lake, very quiet lake, and tranquility, peace. Contentious, it is adjective form. What is a noun form? Contention. The moment you see the word contention, you have to recollect two idioms. I'm sure our students know bone of contention, one. What is the other one? Apple of discord. Apple of discord. What do they mean? Ah, very good. Discord, Mamata, good. And also busy life. Bone of contention, yes, Shaker. Bone of contention, apple of discord, what do they mean? Cause of dispute. Between two states, there is a cause of dispute. Then we say the bone of contention between the two states is something. The apple of discord between the two members, two groups is something. What are the synonyms? Look at the example. The contentious issue of climate change often leads to heated debates. That is quite natural. Synonyms: controversial, disputable, argumentative, combative. But the word combat goes more with fight. What does it go with? Fight. And antonyms: uncontroversial, agreeable, peaceful, harmonious. I'm sure you all know all these words. Quite familiar now. Question, word, next one, cutout. Cutout can be a noun, cutout can be a phrasal verb, usually used as a phrasal verb. Cutout means suited for a specific role or activity to remove something by cutting. Second meaning is different. And here when you see suited for a specific role or activity, you have to think of three words. One is apt, another one appropriate, but the best word over here based on the context, ideal. Ideal person for the job. Now, fight, tussle, combat, all these words. Very good. Busy life. Here, ideal person for the job. Ideal person for the post. Means what? A right person. Cut out for the job. She is really cut out for teaching. He is not cut out for teaching. Means he is not suitable for teaching. Synonyms suited, fit, tailored. Tailor, I have given the word tailor last time. Tailor made course means specific, looking at the needs of the learners. Designed, simple word. Unsuitable, unfit, inappropriate, inept. Inept is an important word you have to remember. That's all about the words from the editorial. Let us go to the editorial and see how it starts and how it goes about. And today's editorial is an important editorial in the sense it goes with polity, one thing, and a GK point of view also, though familiar information, in a way it is consolidation. What is the stimulus? We all know. Recently, elections, then BJP government could not get the majority. It had to depend on the partners. Based on that, has formed a coalition government, and based on that, okay, that's good. Based on that, the new Council of Ministers touches that particular. What are the reasons behind, factors behind? Continuity and stability. The editorial touches the Union Council of Ministers is based on two important factors. One is continuity. To justify that word, it highlights four ministers: Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Jaishankar, and Sitharaman. Same portfolios, continuity. And the second dimension, stability, because there are certain issues to be tackled and there are certain sensitive issues to be dealt with. The stability is also very important based on the two dimensions. One is continuity, the second one objective behind that, stability. On the Modi government's new cabinet, what is the main idea over here? The BJP has kept present perfect active voice, the important portfolios for itself. The BJP. Before any party, we have to use a definite article, the. The Congress, the BJP, any party, the has to be there. That you have to recollect. Has kept present perfect active voice, the important portfolios for itself. BJP, third person singular it, based on that reflexive or emphatic pronoun itself. Despite the new reality, though I have said many a time, I haven't said in the recent past, so I would like to write the importance of the word despite. Exam point of view. After despite, we should not use a preposition of. And common error, a lot of people write in spite of as two words. In spite one word, of one word. No, you have to write in spite of. Portfolio means a ministry, the particular post given to a particular minister. Minister of for a particular department, that is known as his portfolio. Portfolio has many meanings. It goes with photography. A model. A model's portfolio means the different photographs showing the close-ups, portrait, all these. That's a different meaning altogether. In this context, the ministry the person is going to handle, defense or home, a particular or finance, that is known as portfolio. And between the two, you have to know for despite is a little more formal than in spite of. That is also very important. You have to learn and remember. You may ask, sir, why? In one of the exams, they gave a sentence with a blank, five options, and three options not relevant. The candidates had to choose between despite on the one hand and in spite of on the other hand. Both mean the same, both have the same function, contrast. And what is the right word to be chosen? Despite. Why? Despite is a little more formal than in spite of. Let us go to the editorial, see how it goes about. The composition. Composition means what? What it is made of. Compose has a different meaning. Composed person, balanced person, poised person. That is different. Here, composition means what it is made of. The composition of the new Union Council of Ministers and the distribution of portfolios are meant to see active voice, meant to be seen passive voice as an emphatic assertion of authority by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has won, this is a clause, who has won a third term, it is in present perfect active voice, as leader of the National Democratic Alliance NDA. What does the sentence say? The sentence talks about when you see the Union Council of Ministers, obviously you find the key portfolios have been retained by the BJP party, and some ministers are going to continue with the same portfolios. And looking at this, it shows that the Prime Minister wanted to convey something in a crystal clear manner or in an emphatic manner. His assertion, he's trying to be assertive. Emphatic assertion of what? Authority. By whom? By Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has won a third term as leader of the NDA. But here, based on the word authority, I would like to tell you guys something very important. Power and authority. Power, authority. How many words are here? Please respond. There are two words. One power, the other one authority. But English people, why English is like that, we cannot question. We have to accept, respect, and move on. English people consider power and authority single unit. Though there are two words and there's a conjunction also. Based on that, because they're considered one unit, power and authority, are is not correct, is. We have to use a singular verb. His power and authority is very popular. Means what? Singular verb. That you have to know for sure. Like bread and butter, very good. Busy life. Slow and steady, time and tide. Some important combinations are there. The Bharatiya Janata Party fell short of. Last time also we got an important expression. Fall short of, not to live up to the expectations. Not up to the expectations. Fell short of an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha by more than 30 seats. We all know BJP hasn't got the majority, required majority. It fell short by 30 seats. Because of that coalition government, it had to depend on the partners. It talks about that. How many seats? 30 seats. But the council is a signature of continuity and continuity from the first two terms. But the council shows something. It's a signature of continuity. There's one word here, signature. What does it mean in this context? Imagine there's a cook or there's a chef. How do you pronounce this? Chef, chief cook. He or she makes dishes, but a particular dish he makes extremely well and is known for that dish. Then we say that dish is a signature dish. And also, if you take a particular hero, he is known for a particular dance step. Then we say signature step, signature dance step. Have you heard of this combination? Signature dance step. Means it goes with that particular hero. Signature step, signature dish, signature something. Representing what in this context? Continuity from the two terms, first two terms. But there's a difference. First two terms and the third term. What is the difference? First two terms, BJP didn't have to depend on the partners. It was not, they were not coalition governments. But this time, it's a different scenario altogether. Unlike the previous two terms, partners are crucial for the NDA in the third. First two terms, partners were not crucial, not important, not vital, but this time they're very important. Imagine TDP or JDU. These two parties, they withdraw the support, the government will collapse. Based on that, unlike the previous two terms, partners are crucial for the NDA in the third, but they have political reasons to remain aligned with the BJP. These partners, they have their own reasons to be with the BJP, to be behind the BJP, to align with the BJP. The continuation of all key ministers in the Cabinet Committee on Security and those in charge of infrastructure portfolios suggests that no dramatic shift in policy. This talks about the continuity dimension. There are two dimensions over here: the continuation of all key ministers in the Cabinet Committee on Security, first one, and those in charge of infrastructure portfolios. Infrastructure is an important word. When it comes to descriptive English, when you try to write an essay or a letter, you have to use many power words are there. One of those, if you take this infrastructure, traditionally what comes under infrastructure? Roads, transport, housing, water, power. But now education has been included, it comes under infrastructure. Infrastructure portfolio suggests that no dramatic shift in policy should be expected in Mr. Modi's third term, coalition or not. What does it mean? We should not expect, we cannot expect, we shouldn't expect, rather, any change in his policy, whether it is going to be coalition or not. That doesn't matter. It is going to be more or less the same based on the continuity aspect. The TDP, JDU, JDS, the Shiv Sena faction led by Eknath Shinde, the NCP faction led by Ajit Pawar, and the LJP led by Chirag Paswan have all accepted present perfect active voice. This reality, bickering by some of them notwithstanding, but some not happy, bickering, talking behind, arguing behind, and notwithstanding, don't not considering. Keep those people aside. Majority, almost all the partners have accepted the BJP. They are with the BJP. The composition of the council is in line with, an important expression you have to know, in line with, in agreement with, harmonious with the BJP strategy. It says this composition of Union Council of Ministers is in line with the strategy of the BJP party. What is that strategy? Strategy of seeking deeper and wider acceptance among Hindu communities across the length and breadth of the country. This is an important expression you have to know. What is the strategy of the BJP? It is trying to go deeper and wider among Hindu communities across the length and breadth of the country. For that, there's one more expression you have to know, but goes with a different context. Every nook and corner, everywhere, across the length and breadth of the country, and representation for Christians and Sikhs, with the notable exclusion of Muslims. One particular community has been excluded. Which one is that? Muslims. This is the first part of the editorial. The second part talks about the continuity dimension, taking four ministers into consideration: Mr. Rajnath, Mr. Shah, Sitaraman, and Jai Shankar, and why they have been given the same portfolios. What is the reason behind, the objective behind? That is stability. Elaborately discussed, and the second part deals with that. Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nirmala Sitharaman, and S. Jaishankar continue in their previous roles as Ministers for Defence, Home, Finance, and External Affairs, respectively. Means in the same order. Every nook and corner. Very good. IIT JAM aspirants. Rajnath Singh, what? Defence. Amit Shah, Home. Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance. And Jaishankar, External Affairs. Mr. Modi evidently trusts them. Why have they been given the same old portfolios? Obviously, Mr. Modi trusts them. Yes, trusts them. And the performance, though in the case of Mr. Singh and Mr. Shah, political reasons are also at play. For two reasons, they have been given the same old portfolios. One, the trust. Second, their performance. They did well previous term. But when it comes to two ministers, other factors, political reasons are at play. Means political reasons are important. Who are those two? Rajnath Singh and Amit Shah. Now the editor touches each one and elaborates why that particular person has been given the same portfolio and what is at stake. Apart from piloting India's defense ambitions, Mr. Singh is also expected to use his famed diplomatic skills. Mr. Rajnath Singh is known for his diplomatic skills. That's what the sentence talks about. Besides, in addition to piloting India's defense ambitions, taking the right direction. Apart from means, you have to recollect, besides, in addition to. Apart from piloting India's defense ambitions, Mr. Singh is also expected to use his famed diplomatic skills to deal with politically sensitive issues such as the Agnipath recruitment scheme for the military. Mr. Modi thinks he's the right person to deal with sensitive issues. Based on that, he has been given that particular portfolio. Coming to Jai Shankar, Mr. Jai Shankar did a commendable job. We have got this word many a time. Commendable means what? Praiseworthy, laudable. Commendable job of carefully balancing India's traditional ties and emerging interest in the previous term. Previous term he did well, extremely well rather. While improving ties with the United States, he has managed to protect the strategic autonomy of India, now with an additional Hindutva hue. There is one word strategic. Have you heard of this expression any time? Strategic studies means what? Related to defense. That is one thing. And hue goes with color. And here hue means shade. Here an important expression is there. Last time also, good. Last time also I told you guys. Generally, many learners know Mrs. for a woman who is married, Miss for a woman or a lady who is not married. But what is this MS? It should be pronounced as MEZZ or MIZZ. Ms or Ms means what? It refers to a woman irrespective of the marital status. Very good, Anand. I appreciate that. Ms or Ms, British Ms, American Ms. It refers to a woman or a lady irrespective of her marital background. Whether married or unmarried, we can use that particular expression. Sita Raman steered the economy. Steering, you all know car steering, taking in the right direction. Steered the economy through the COVID-19 pandemic turmoil, disturbance, and has been a champion, has been present perfect active voice. Usually students, the moment they see been, they think passive voice. No. She has been a student. He has been a professor. She has been a champion of its prospects. She has, however, contrasting information. She has, however, not managed the contentious questions, controversial questions of center state fiscal relations very well. On the flip side, she could not manage center state financial, monetary, or fiscal issues, contentious issues well. Coming to Mr. Amit Shah, Mr. Shah has a long list of politically sensitive issues to tackle in his new term. What are those issues? The editorial mentions three issues. What is the first one here? Completion of the census operation, one. Transition of the criminal justice system with the implementation of the new criminal codes, second one. And center state relations, third one. Among other things. The ministers have their task cut out, means very clear. And stability helps. Because responsibilities are clear, same people continue, there is stability. That helps in the long run. How does the editorial end? They will also be called upon, passive voice, to exercise, to use wisdom. One student asked, sir, what is the difference between wisdom and knowledge? Knowledge is nothing but information, and we use the word, better word, intellect. When I say he's an intellectual, he has a lot of knowledge, information, knowledge. Information, lower level, knowledge, higher level. But wisdom goes with being clever, being intelligent. A wise man may be knowledgeable, may not be knowledgeable. He may be wise, Maybe a literate, maybe an illiterate. He has a wisdom. He is a wise man. But usually knowledgeable people are wise, need not be all the time. Do remember. There is an expression in English called educated fool. Have you heard of that? Educated fool. Education imparts knowledge. But look at the contrasting word next to the word education. Educated. Educated fool. Have you heard of this anytime? Please respond. Have you heard of this expression? Okay, Vasavi, what do you want me to do? Good, I appreciate that. Let us go to test your comprehension skill based on whatever you have listened to and spontaneous. You got to be good at two things to answer these questions. One, you got to be a very good listener, and second, you got to be good at comprehension skill. Read the first one and try to answer. Despite the BJP falling short of an absolute majority, what does the new Council of Ministers signify? Signify means what is important here? Significance, importance. A complete overhaul of previous policies? No. Continuity from the first two terms clearly mentioned in the editorial. Based on that, what is the answer? B is the answer. Very good. Question number 2. Which key ministries or ministers have retained their portfolios in the new cabinet? Editorial in the second part touches clearly the same thing. Four ministers. Who are they? Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nirmala Sitharaman, and S. Shankar. A question like this, you don't have to go beyond. Once you know the first one is the answer, go to the next question. Save a few seconds. Every second is important in the exam. If you go after, once you know this, you read other options, it is ridiculous. Sheer waste of time. Don't do that. Question number 3. What is a notable exclusion? Keywords in the representation strategy of the BJP's new cabinet. What is BJP's strategy to go wider and deeper among Hindu communities across the length and breadth of the country? But at the same time, they give representation to Sikhs and Christians, but one particular community excluded. Which one is that? Muslims. Easy to answer. Which coalition partners are mentioned as crucial for the NDA in the third term? Obviously, TDP, JDU, JDS, Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction, NCP, Ajit Pawar faction, and LJP, Chirag Paswan faction. B is the answer. Please mention the question number. Question number 5. What are the significant tasks ahead for Amit Shah, specifically Home Minister, in his new term as Home Minister? Three things have been mentioned. What are the three things? Completion of the census operation, transition of the criminal justice system, and center state relations. Answer is B. Very good. If you got all the five, wonderful, highly appreciable. Try to spot the errors, error location, the very first one. The message for the opposition is clear. Wherever it is in power, they must strive to provide a clear alternative to the NDA in terms of governance. An easy one, but you have to read meticulously. That is very important. Meticulous reading helps a lot while taking or reading the questions. Government, nothing wrong with that. Where is the word government? Governance, nothing wrong. There is an error in the third part. What is the subject here? The message for the opposition is, we are talking about the opposition. Opposition is third person singular, it. Based on that, wherever it is in power, they must know, it must. Wherever the opposition is in power, it must. So, what is the pronoun we are supposed to use? Opposition, we cannot use third person plural. We have to use third person singular. Look at the sentence very carefully. The message for the opposition is clear. Wherever it is in power, that means wherever opposition is in power, opposition must strive to provide a clear alternative. It must strive, work very hard to provide an alternative. That's what I said, an easy one. but no one could get because meticulous reading is required. Every word you have to respect. Let us go to the next one. The RBI's latest round of surveys underlined precisely why price stability is a central concern for policymakers. Mention the question number. Now it is question number 2. Wonderful. Mamata, I appreciate. What is the subject here? The RBI's latest round. After that, you have a phrase of surveys. First, you identify the phrase, put it in brackets. Latest round, keyword. Round is singular. Based on that, we cannot say underline, we have to say underlines. Because the sentence is in present tense, affirmative, subject is third person singular, we should add S or ES to the verb. Very good. Many students have got it right. You'll be shocked to know this sentence I have brought from today's The Hindu paper without touching the sentence. Same sentence has been printed in the Hindu paper with that error. Sometimes it happens. The one who types his mistake, not the writer's mistake. And sometimes they do get back. Very surprising. I was taken aback when I saw that. That too in the Hindu paper. Usually you don't come across. Once in a blue moon, you come across errors in the Hindu paper. That too in the editorial. Go to question number 3. It will also undermine any move towards an uniform civil code and privileges Muslim personal law over the Secular Special Marriages Act. In my opinion, this is an easy one because it is based on grammar knowledge. One reading, you should be able to spot the error. Very good, Mamata again. Uniform. Though it begins with a vowel letter, it has a consonantal sound, ya sound. Based on that, we cannot say, we have to say a uniform, a unique person, a universal rule, a university. You have to recollect all these. Let us go to idioms. These idioms are important. They have been given a few times here and there. Keep in the dark. They have been kept in the dark. The management has kept the employees in the dark. Pain in the neck. He is a pain in the neck. It is a pain in the neck. Shot in the arm. It was a shot in the arm for the party. Kick the habit. Fresh as a daisy. What is the first one here? Keep in the dark means you're not informed. Someone or something that is to keep someone uninformed. Answer is E. Pain in the neck means what? Someone or something that is annoying, irritating, disturbing. Based on that, D. Shot in the arm, a stimulus, something that gives a person immediate energy or renewed enthusiasm. Kick the habit, to overcome an addiction to something. Fresh as a daisy, eager and enthusiastic, typically after some refreshing activity. You look very fresh. Based on that, fresh as a daisy. Have you got all the 5 correct? Then you should be happy. Anand. Very good. I appreciate. Let us go to the last slide. While preparing for competitive exams, learning is a prerequisite. One has to learn a lot. But the most important factor, consolidation. Consolidation means what? Making whatever you learn very strong, and it should be here all the time. Based on that, this slide, elite can be a noun, can be an adjective. I have brought the synonyms for many. That way you learn 2 words. What is the answer? Gentry. G is the answer. Anointed, that's a verb. And what is a synonym? Here, a very good word you have to remember, effective English, I. Consecrated. Content has 2 meanings. One is to fight, Another, to struggle, compete. Based on the context, sports, it is compete. Compete with someone. Compete. It is a verb. Lingering thoughts means what? Adjective, obviously. Stay for a long time. What is a better word for that? Lasting. Lingering, lasting. Debilitating impact means adjective. I'm giving the combinations as well. Debilitating means weakening, make someone weak. Unheralded, not known to many people. For that, what is a word that goes with effective English? Obscure. Where is obscure? This is also unheralded player, obscure player. B. Fortitude has two meanings. One is strength, another courage. In the context of the editorial, courage. And this is a noun. F. Insurmountable, cannot be defeated, cannot be tackled, cannot cross, cannot break. An important synonym, invincible. This is also adjective. I gave last time also the combination invincible king, a king who cannot be defeated, very strong. And what is the last one? Boon opposite bane, noun. What does it mean? What are you left with? Curse. If you have got all correct, wonderful. You should be very happy because these words go with effective English. They are part of an editorial. Many students cannot understand, they don't know the meanings of these words. Oh, I forgot to bring that. I will do it tomorrow. Shaker. Do you come regular? Do you attend regularly? I really forgot because of the tight schedule. I will definitely bring tomorrow. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. And after the session, we'll provide the PDF. Join the Telegram group. You can access the PDF. Thank you.